Word up to Thizzler for helping the nigga make it.
Thizzler on the roof.
Clyde The Mack from West Oakland. Ain't too many West Oakland rappers, so I'm trying to be the top one, though. By myself, really, you know. I grew up idolizing almost every rapper from the town, so going to studios, and I really got tired of paying for going to studios, so you know, I used to go in there and write down everything they had when they bought it for myself. Number one, Richie Rich. It's probably the biggest influence on me. Richie Rich, Drew Down, Spice One. And a lot of people don't try to give Pac that credit, but Pac really from the town, though. Even though he was born on the East Coast, he's representative of the town, so you know, Pac played a big part of my I would say principles. So you know, when you come from a house like with no father, you look for the next person I would listen to was Pac. So you know, I got a lot of my lessons from Pac. Yeah, and that's from the influence. You know, like if I was to break it down, in Oakland in the '90s when it was popping the most, everybody had their own style. Nobody never sounded alike. So you could tell who a Richie Rich is and a Drew Down is, Spice One, or Too Short, and Banks. You could tell who they is because they had their own style and they wasn't biting nobody. So I said if I was gonna come in the game, I was gonna have my style be coming from the same city that they came from. So you know, I kind of like drowned myself in 1990s, especially with Oakland. Since 2000 up, we really ain't got nobody who's trying to really be themselves and have their own sound, though. They're trying to say, okay, let me catch the wave from this sound, or let me catch the wave from this sound. Well, I say, I'll make my own sound then, you know, and come with my own flavor. That's a good question. That's a good question. I had an uncle in West Oakland. He wasn't my blood uncle, but he was like the uncle of the neighborhood, right? And he was a baller. He was a baller, and he disappeared. He disappeared. And I remember he used to say, boy, you look like me, you should have been my son. He used to say that, and my pops would get mad. So I kind of like just took it around with that. So that's how I really got the name. That's how I got the name. But that was just Clyde, though. I added the in the Mac from Clyde Drexler, Clyde the Glide. And I was like, okay, from Clyde the Glide was Clyde the Mac. But it all started from somebody I idolized in my neighborhood and Clyde Drexler from hooping. That's how I got the name.
Word up to Thizzler for helping the nigga make it.
Thizzler on the roof.